Queen Elizabeth made her feelings about ex-Prince Andrew clear with one telling statement, per Bombshell new book. Over the years, Queen Elizabeth didn't try to hide that ex-Prince Andrew was her favorite child. He was her first baby born after she became queen, and with a huge 12-year age gap between Andrew and King Charles. And 10 years between Andrew and Princess Anne. He was essentially raised as an only child until younger brother Prince Edward came along. This dynamic shaped the way Queen Elizabeth treated Andrew his entire life. Even when he found himself in the midst of an international scandal involving the late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. The late monarch's unwavering maternal bond, often described by courtiers as blind devotion, manifested in private indulgences, like allowing Andrew to fly first class on official trips while others traveled economy, and public defenses that stunned the firm. In an excerpt from Robert Jobson's upcoming book The Windsor Legacy, serialized in the Daily Mail on November 2, the royal expert wrote that Queen Elizabeth never changed her stance on Andrew, even after she faced public pressure to strip him of his titles. Jobson, drawing from palace insiders and previously unpublished diaries, paints a portrait of a mother shielding her golden boy until her final breath at Balmoral in September 2022. The late Queen, of course, adored her second son and continued to support him after his disgrace, Jobson wrote. In her final days she kept him close, shielding him as palace insiders continued to push for his total exile. During her last summer, Elizabeth hosted Andrew at Balmoral for extended stays, where they walked the grounds daily, conversations that aides say revolved around family first, always. Jobson wrote that her view on Andrew was summed up in one simple phrase, writing, she confided her support to a trusted confidant, "You have to remember, he is my son." This poignant declaration, whispered to a longtime lady-in-waiting during a 2021 crisis meeting, encapsulated Elizabeth's philosophy, blood over backlash. The confidant, per Jobson, recalled the Queen tearing up, adding, "He's made mistakes, but he's still my boy." He added that after the former Duke of York's disastrous 2019 interview on the BBC's Newsnight, it was Prince Charles, not Queen Elizabeth, who pushed for Andrew to step down from royal life and be cut adrift. Charles, then Prince of Wales, reportedly stormed into a Sandringham summit, demanding Andrew's immediate withdrawal from duties. Elizabeth, however, vetoed full exile, allowing him to retain HRH and military affiliations until the Giuffre lawsuit forced her hand in January 2022. Andrew was later faced with a serious lawsuit when Epstein victim Virginia Giuffre accused the ex-prince of sexual assault. Jobson wrote that Queen Elizabeth wanted to have a private one-to-one meeting with Andrew in order to soften the blow of him losing his military titles and patronages in the wake of the scandal. The meeting, scheduled for a quiet afternoon at Windsor, was meant to be mother-son only, Elizabeth preparing tea and biscuits herself. However, senior courtiers intervened and insisted they be present to witness the conversation, per the royal biographer, who added that Andrew was blindsided during the painful mother-son moment. Aides, including Private Secretary Sir Edward Young, flanked the Queen as she delivered the news, titles stripped, patronages gone. Andrew, sources say, left the room ashen-faced, later confiding to friends, "Mum tried to protect me, but they wouldn't let her." Fast forward to November 2025 and King Charles took much more drastic action, making the unprecedented move of stripping his brother of his titles and evicting him from Royal Lodge. The eviction notice, served under the Crown Estate Act, gives Andrew 90 days to vacate the 30-room mansion he shared with ex-wife Sarah Ferguson. Charles' decision, evicting Andrew to a modest Sandringham cottage, marks the final severance. Speaking to Us Weekly, royal author Christopher Anderson says he can't imagine Queen Elizabeth making such a move if she was still alive. This must have been a painful decision for the king. This is his brother, after all, Anderson said. Charles must, always the dutiful heir, now wields the axe his mother couldn't. Elizabeth's love was unconditional, Charles is pragmatic. Andrew's fall from grace is complete, but her ghost lingers in every empty room at Royal Lodge. The book, set for release November 15, promises more revelations, including Elizabeth's private letters pleading for Andrew's redemption. As Charles enforces exile, one phrase echoes, "He is my son," a mother's love that even a crown couldn't fully command.